Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Three Geeks podcast. We are missing a Max. No idea where he is. I'm sure he'll show up eventually. He hasn't officially called off. But Disney Plus Day was on Friday, and we're going to go full geek on all of that fun stuff. I even sent SOS out to Philip, who was a part of the Three Geeks podcast, because his favorite animated series of all time is the X-Men from the 90s, and that was one of the major announcements. So I'm hoping I can get him to pop on for 1 minute just to talk about that and the fact that it's coming back. But lots of cool stuff. But first, before we get into all the geeking out, Dan and I watched I Know What You Did Last Summer, and I was saying that I thought the series was fun and that it was fine. Like, everything about it, I enjoyed watching. The finale sucks. Like, seriously, it sucks. Like, as I've thought about it, I see why she made the choices she made at the end, but it's still stupid. Like, it's bad writing. Like, she essentially, spoiler alert for the freaking I Know What You Did Last Summer show that I know not a lot of people are probably...
The 11 people that are watching it?
Yeah. Yes. and like half of them are hate watching it like me. So.
Like I said, I enjoyed it up till the end, but I expected ridiculousness, and it was ridiculous. But she makes a choice to like totally bury this kid that she was in love with for her entire life and choose this other route, and it makes no sense to me.
I know. It's like the rest of the series. It makes absolutely no sense. It's like you could rename the whole series "Shitty People Making Stupid Decisions," and that's exactly what it is.
Things that didn't make sense last summer. Yeah,
I called the killer. I predicted that. Because everybody on the series was made to be guilty or suspicious except for one person. And that one person, sure enough, ended up being the killer. And
what are you talking about?
What's that?
Like she went to the crazy people place because she got into her technology too much, and she's handing out drugs to everybody like candy.
Yeah, but she wasn't made to be like guilty like the guy was, or even like Lennon was, or the father, or the mother, or the uncle, the cousins, the grandmother's stepbrother. Like, yeah, no, it just didn't make any sense.
It's Notebook and Pen guys in a car. How about that?
Oh, but does he have his notebook and pen in the car?
I have my notebook and pen in the car.
Who knows?
Can't read it right now as I'm driving.
Even though I hated the ending, I still think it's better than the movies. So it has that.
I rewatched the first movie last week just to see, to give it, the balance of the TV show versus the movie. And yes, the movie's bad. But, I mean, you get to see Sarah Michelle Gellar and the other chick that was on that psychic TV show. And Freddie Prinze Jr., and it's over in an hour and a half.
That's fair. I had more fun watching the show. Like, all the ridiculous plot lines. You must have enjoyed it on some level because you kept going back.
No, I just wanted to see them all die.
We know he's a masochist.
That's true.
So 3 out of 5 geeks for me, right down the middle. Like I said, it's better than
what movie are we talking about? I'm sorry.
We're talking
I Know
about
What You Did Last Summer.
Your show.
Just the TV show.
Good God. It's trash, garbage, all of it.
On the flip side of all of that,
Max, be more positive.
on the flip side of that,
it's the shiniest turd. How about that?
No, it's not.
On the flip, the Dexter New Blood reboot, it's really good so far. The first episode is out, and it's solid. You can tell that it's the guy who did the first 4 episodes by the tone and the pacing. So I'm excited to see where we're going from here. I'm curious. I really like the actor, and I really like this show, and I really like this character. And I'm glad that we've kind of ditched some of the cheesiness that was in the later seasons, and we've got a little bit more on the serious side again. So I'm Dexter is hopeful, optimistic. So far, it's great.
I purchased the newest season of Doctor Who, and they're 2 episodes in, and when I bought it, I was like, oh man, well we'll just get through this season of Doctor Who, and hopefully it won't be that bad. But it's actually pretty good. The first 2 episodes are really good. So I hope they don't totally shoot the bed. But it's a tentative, could be back on track series.
Is this the starting but hopeful segment of the podcast?
Yeah, I think it is.
I started that Netflix show Arcane, the League of Legends show. And it is
Did you like it?
Way better than I like. I'm only 3 or 4 episodes in, but it is a lot better than I thought.
I think it's great.
Oh, yeah. All right.
I will check it out.
I've really enjoyed it.
See, fans, we listened to you. You guys said you wanted some more positivity from us.
Yes.
You're getting positivity galore. And
I wouldn't say galore, but
I think Max is a much happier person in the car.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
He's outside, the sun hits him, and he smiles.
I can't feel my full rage while traveling.
We've all grown. We've all learned from this guy right here, this cameraman. He's all of our role models. We all want to be like him. And credit to at Eternal Whitman for this picture that I grabbed.
Yeah, it's great.
That guy is just, he's influenced.
He's a great part of that movie.
To me, more positive. Hey guys, I'm kind of
5
biased.
cameras get broken in that movie. It's so good.
I'm kind of biased as I'm human, so I'm going to stay out of this argument. But we'll get into the Eternals later because that'll bring the show down a little bit. But
great.
I am hoping that Philip heeds my call and joins us to talk about X-Men, but I'm not being super optimistic. So we got this from Marvel. We got a lot of awesome announcements. X-Men 97, Echo, which is going to be a spinoff of Hawkeye, Spider-Man the Freshman Years, Agatha, House of Harkness, which Justin and I had confirmed for us a few months ago, which was awesome. Marvel Zombies, She-Hulk, Ms. Marvel, Moon Knight, What If Season 2, I Am Groot, Ironheart, and Secret Invasion. I'm not going to show the picture of Samuel L. Jackson with the beard because those kind of photos don't get me excited. Like, okay, we know Samuel L. Jackson's in Secret Invasion. Like, we don't need to sit here and just go over each whisker and what it means in the overall structure of the MCU. But I was geeking out when I saw this. First off, let's backtrack. Sorry, Disney Plus Day. They made a huge deal about this. They're like, we're gonna have all these major announcements. It's gonna be awesome. It was the worst run announcement scheme in the history of announcements. It was just a series of tweets that were getting buried. Not a lot of people saw them. It took me forever to find them. I had to watch a reaction video to Disney Plus Day to know what all the announcements were because
that's not great if your announcement day has to be announced by some other people.
Hey, big ups to the reaction guy who was on it enough that he's getting more numbers because Disney sucks.
It makes me wish
all that they released on that Netflix sizzle roll then, or because that's all I saw was it was like it said She-Hulk trailer and I hit play and it's like 15 seconds and it just rolls to the next one.
Yeah, that's how I watched them too.
Yeah.
The trailers were in the tweets, like they just attach the trailers to the tweets with it should have been like if they spent months advertising Disney Plus Day. I thought it was going to be something cool on Disney Plus. I could tune in and see Kevin Feige and
that would make a lot more sense.
Yeah, Kathleen Kennedy and whoever's in charge of Disney come out and talk to all of us and tell us what's coming, not just a series of tweets. But the announcements were still fun. X-Men 97 really surprised me. Like I said earlier in the show, Philip, it's his favorite animated show of all time. It's one of the reasons he became a nerd. And I love
a really good anime. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah,
It's
a really good cartoon.
Yes, I wouldn't classify it as anime.
No, that's fair. That's fair. I take back what I said. You're right.
But I was surprised by that announcement. Like it shows me that Kevin Feige is listening to his fans. Like when they found out Disney got the X-Men back, that was the first thing that was trending on Twitter. Bring back the X-Men. Bring back the X-Men animated series. Bring back the X-Men animated series. And they listened. And one of the other things that came out of Disney Plus Day before we get into the separate shows is Shang-Chi dropped Friday. If you guys have not seen that yet, jump on Disney Plus. It's free. Watch it. It's probably the best that Marvel has given us this year, next to Kumail's assistant in the Eternals movie.
I still don't know what you're talking about, and I refuse to watch that. It's fine.
It's fine. You're not missing.
Oh, I hate everything. I'm back.
Hey,
there we go.
Power.
And we lost all of our listeners and viewers.
Everything sucks. Everything sucks.
At least you're on brand.
Yeah, it's fine. We're just used to it at this point.
Got my
Hey, full powered notebook and pen guy now.
Yeah, okay, there we go.
Coming up at 1:00, we have the lovely Amber Martinez, who sat down and spoke to Justin and I sometime over the summer. She's super into comic books. She was in WandaVision, and we're going to talk to her about all of that. It's a nice little. It's nice how everything worked out. Like, our announcements are so Disney Plus centric, and then we have an actress from Disney Plus coming on. But I want to talk about this one first, because this is the one I'm most excited about, because Tatiana Maslany needs to be in everything, in my humble opinion. And I cannot wait to watch the show. I know nothing about She-Hulk. The only thing I know is that Tatiana Maslany is in this show.
Well, based on the trailer, it looks like Professor Hulk's in there, because it looks like Banner and Hulk have been like very into it, which is great.
Yeah.
I've not been a She-Hulk reader either, so this one is one of those fun things where I'm like, okay, yeah, they got Tatiana Maslany, so I really like her. I know she can act. Hopefully the script is there, but I don't have to worry about having this rage over them ruining the character, or I should say
a predisposition of what you think's going to happen, right?
Right. Yes. Yeah. So I'm happy about that.
He gets to watch it like he's Jason in all of the Marvel movies.
Well, no, but I still think things suck. No.
Wait. I mean, they're gonna have She-Hulk, and then it's gonna be just like some kind of a lab procedural show.
Yes, yeah, they're going to spend time in the lab.
for mutants. Yeah, that'd be great.
It's everyone sitting down. They're not even doing science in the lab. They're just talking about doing science.
It's going to be like Community, but
Big Bang Theory for the X-Men.
And I'm like, no! Where's the smash?
Then Iron Fist comes over to show them how to do boardrooms. That'd be great.
Yes.
I know one thing.
Boardrooms.
Iron Fist is getting recast for sure. I'm not going to throw up the pictures from the Sony leaks again that we had. I'm not going to do that. If you guys want to find out what the reveals were, go ahead. But one of the rumors I saw online, which was fascinating to me, is that Sony leaked those photos because Marvel refused to put them in the trailer.
I mean, that sounds interesting. Whatever.
It makes sense to me because Sony is always about revealing everything in the trailers, like the Venom trailer, Carnage. I can't remember the title of the movie. It wasn't that great, but I remember the title.
Another shining review from Jason.
Venom 2.
I didn't hate it. I can't remember the name of it, but it wasn't that bad.
Isn't it Let There Be Carnage, maybe?
Well, he can't hate it because he doesn't remember it. See, you'd remember if you loved it, and you'd remember if you hated it. But
you guys could say that, but
whatever.
This year, I've hated quite a few movies, so.
Yeah, he's hanging his head on hating Eternals, which we'll get to later. But he's
this year, I've liked quite a few movies, so it's actually a weird.
The poles are shifting.
Look at that.
COVID.
North is becoming south.
We
south
both have
north.
COVID now. That's what.
Or
no, we both got vaccinated, and the government changed our brains.
For some reason, I can't.
Your cell phone reception. It's great. Really, really good.
I'm a hotspot.
You sure are, buddy. You sure are.
The other one that I'm super curious about, because I played the Avengers game on the PlayStation and the Xbox, and I really fell in love with this character, Ms. Marvel, and I cannot wait to see what they do with this character. I'm really digging the diversity that's hitting Marvel. I'm sorry.
Same thing.
There's a lot of up and down when they introduced this character in the comic books. This is another one that I haven't really read, but she's all right. She's like Mr. Fantastic-y.
Yeah, I hope it's good. I don't know anything about it, so I hope it's good. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, it's one of those characters I really never cared about, so I don't know. They might make me care about them.
Right? Yeah, no, this is an opportunity.
Yeah,
to
Pull
make
me
the
in. I'm all
character
for
good.
them pulling me in. Yeah.
Yep. Like, hey, here we go. Otherwise, we still don't care.
I know that.
Back to neutral.
I knew that Zootopia is in Max's top 5 animated movies of all time.
No. It does not hit top 5 animated movies of all time. I'm sorry. No, it is a very good movie, and
I'm pretty sure it was on your.
It's like happiness in a bottle.
Wasn't it in his top 5 animated movies that we did a few months ago?
I'd have to go back and watch.
We're gonna have to double check that. I don't know. I've seen a lot of animated movies since then. Let's.
I'm not going back and watching them.
But I don't know. I don't know about coming off the Zootopia high. I don't know that I would keep it in my top 5, but it is a very good movie that makes you feel very happy.
High.
Are you curious about the TV show they're doing?
No, that's gonna suck. That's gonna suck. That's gonna be terrible.
I'm glad you're in it though. That's great.
Yeah, that's great.
I'm glad you have a firm opinion.
I like this is dropping in your public opinion so rapidly. It's like I love Zootopia. It turns into it's pretty good TV show. It's
gonna suck.
No, the TV show is most likely going to suck. Because I don't see where they had if they had a plan for extra Zootopia, they would have made another movie. So this is like, Zootopia did awesome. Let's get more money. That's what this sounds like to me.
Yeah, but that's kind of if they wanted to go let's get more money, they'd put it in theaters, right?
No.
Well, no. I mean, remember the old VHS, like straight to video.
Straight to VHS. That had to have been making money for somebody.
This is like Star Wars droids. Or like Ewok Adventures.
Hey now,
the Christmas story.
Yeah, but they're getting the original.
Don't you talk about Star Wars droids and Ewok Adventures, sir?
Terrible.
But they got the entire original cast back. It's not like the old Disney direct to DVD.
I mean, I hope it's good.
I mean, this might be like
don't Mighty Duck.
Might be like the DuckTales revival.
It to suck. I just think it will. That's all. I mean, hey, maybe happy to be wrong. Happy to be wrong. Okay, that's totally fine.
Oh, Baymax.
This is the other one I thought was exciting.
I think it's cool, but I feel like it's been such a long time since they did Big Hero
I love
6.
Big Hero 6.
I love the movie. Yeah, the movie's great. Isn't there a lot of time between that movie? I guess Mighty Ducks got a rethink.
Right. If Mighty Ducks could get a reboot show, then Big Hero 6 could definitely get one.
Yeah, I think this is the one that's going to be bad, really.
Yeah, this is probably going to be bad.
First, I don't like the character art, like right there.
And it's just
inflatable robot.
I know.
Man, tough crowd.
I'm excited for all of it. I just want it to be good.
I'll give Zootopia a chance, but this one I don't think is going to be.
I just think I'm the target market for what they're trying to produce.
Yeah.
I think that's absolutely. You know what I mean? Like I get most cartoons are not my target market, but I think it's really not my target market.
I'm relatively sure it's not me.
I'm more inclined to give Big Hero 6 a watch than I am Zootopia the show. But we'll see how it goes. They're animated, so I'm in already.
Okay, so what if we animate all of the Marvel series then? Would that be better?
Okay, I'm thinking if Iron Man 2 or 3 was animated, would it be better? No.
No. I mean, they're
the TV shows,
their new docket of stuff like She-Hulk and that.
Oh yeah, no, I'd be down. I'd be 100% down. Especially if they're done like anime style and they all like kind of like interwove within each other. That would be really sweet. But they're not doing that.
I made if they do all the art style like Calvin and Hobbes.
Huh?
I'm down for one series like that.
Yeah, that's fair. Give me one.
Yeah, like one.
They gotta do
the Hawkeye
one
series done Calvin and Hobbes style. I think would be really good.
Yeah,
they got to take the craziest one and do it like Bloom County.
Well, I stole that directly off of Lock and Key, Max, when we read it, and then they had the one of the comics that went right into Calvin and Hobbes in terms of the art style, and it was really dark.
I can't repeat it, but it was hilarious. No, I would be 100% down for that because like there's nothing that's been animated in that style anyway. So I mean, like, what about a Calvin and Hobbes cartoon? Like, how come they've never done that?
There's some kind of.
Well, I think the owner of the Calvin and Hobbes rights is very strict about who gets
Watterson
to use his stuff.
Like anybody using his stuff.
Well, fucking man, then get on it and make it yourself. Like, fuck, dude.
Well, here's the thing. Like, I'm pretty sure he doesn't want it to turn into Garfield.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, again, make it yourself.
Just by rolling his millions, being like, I'm going to do
Yeah. I don't think he really cares at this point. He just
Yeah,
doesn't want
well,
it.
I mean,
Either way, that's probably why.
I would love like a Spaceman spiff.
Oh, it'd be so good.
Animation.
Oh, it'd be so
like,
good.
There's so many different. Anyway,
I love Calvin Hobbes.
Oh,
Calvin
yeah.
Hobbes is the shit.
You guys are funny. Let's talk about this.
Bees.
We got more Disney Plus announcements, but let's
that
take a
movie.
quick break and talk about the film that I did not like at all, but Max thought it
Miss
was
Marvel.
good, and Justin thought it was okay. So
It was meh. The Eternals. Some of the Eternals.
Meh is not
meh.
okay. Meh is
No.
slightly below okay.
Yeah.
Now,
Okay.
Meh is down the
That's my
middle.
rating then.
Fine.
It's meh.
Meh is fine.
Yeah, it's not okay. I mean, okay, look. You come to somebody and you say, "How are you today?" You say, "I'm okay," or you say, "I'm fine." See?
I appreciate Dan's perspective here.
Yep,
But yeah.
And I will have to agree with Dan that all of these are below okay. Yeah, it's not good. Is it better than Iron Man 2 and 3?
No.
Yes.
No, bullshit.
Yes, it is.
No.
Oh man, Jason's getting fighting.
There's
shoes
no
on.
way. At least
Well,
Iron
hold
Man
on.
2
Yes.
had a
Oh, yes,
story
there
that
is.
made sense.
Yes, there is a way. Because I'll tell you what, Jason, no awesome villains were ruined in this movie.
As someone that hasn't seen this,
Yeah, because you don't know any of them.
Are there characters that have magic?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do they use said magic?
Yes.
Yeah.
Better than Iron Man 3.
No characters were ruined in Iron Man 3 because the
There were definitely characters ruined in Iron Man 3. Fuck you.
the Mandarin was in the movie.
And if you take up
Mandarin in the movie.
Kevin or Steven or whatever the hell that dude's name was, I'm going to leave.
I'm just saying, it's not worse because at least it had a story that was cohesive. The
Well,
Eternals
Iron
does
Man
not.
3?
Yes.
Nah, sorry, bro. They not only did they ruin villains in Iron Man 3, they ruined whole plot lines that they could have used later.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
there's
The
no
whole
way
Iron
you
Man
compare
drinking
these
thing
two.
could have been a whole movie.
Yeah.
The Eternals was a clusterfuck of
Eternals is
characters.
better than Black Widow.
what?
Oh, that's a.
Oh.
I didn't like either one, but I thought
I haven't
Black
seen
Widow was
either
better.
one.
But
Dude,
that's
you're let's just do this.
Hey, bring him back.
There's not one villain ruined in Eternals because there's not really a
That does
villain.
not make a good movie if a villain
So
was
what?
ruined or
So
not.
what? Better than those other piece of shit movies.
Can we send Jason away?
yes.
there we go.
He did that himself.
Nice.
He did that himself.
Aha.
Can't get rid of the only positive voice.
I
I'm being very
You're
positive.
you're the one shitting on Turtles right now.
Yeah, really. You're the one saying you don't agree with me. You go away now.
Okay, now all right, here. Dan disagreed with me earlier, but I will say this: Eternals is the shiniest turd on the Marvel fucking docket.
The trailer is very shiny, so I might have to go with you on that one.
Let me
Things I
ask
like-
the people in the comments: is the Eternals better or worse than Iron Man 2, 3, and Thor 2?
That's
Hey,
a lot
now.
of questions to ask in the comments.
Thor
Just-
2,
Yeah, me
Thor
too.
2 belongs in there.
Just
I
for the
haven't
whole
seen
Mjolnir joke there. It's,
I
you know what I'm
thought
talking about?
Thor 1 was worse than Thor 2.
I like Thor 1. I did not like Thor 2. I didn't mind Thor.
Thor
I-
one
I
was
liked all the
okay at
Thors.
doing
I'm-
characters,
The
but it still has
Eternals
a
is the
stupid
first
big metal
Marvel
villain.
movie that I'm. The Eternals was the first Marvel movie that I'm not excited to watch again.
So what did you what part of the story was so ramshackle? Because it was an origin story over people that had thousands of years, right? So it's kind of
It was.
happy mush.
It was to me. It was just like Justice League. There's just introducing characters without any like proper story setup or arcs. None of the characters have an arc except for the douchebag that flies off, and his arc sucks. I think the movie should have focused on Selma Hayek's character because we find out. All right, let me put the spoiler alert on. We find out that Selma Hayek's character changed her opinion on the humans, but we never see that in the movie. It just happens, and we're told about it later. I think the movie would have made more sense if we focused on Selma Hayek's character and seen more of that struggle as to why. Because if she was having second thoughts, like why didn't she step in for Thanos? Like the people just came back, so she's obviously been having this struggle for a while.
Question.
Yes.
What was her original view of humans?
Okay, now here's how it works, right? Now
How bad of a spoiler do you want? Sorry, Max.
Okay, here's how it works, right? Celestials need like souls to sacrifice to generate a new celestial. So Earth is actually a celestial egg. All the humanity on Earth is what is needed to sacrifice to create the new celestial. So the Eternals go down there and they protect humanity until there's enough humanity to sacrifice to make an Eternal.
Yeah, in
Right?
the storyline, humans are sheep, and the
Yes.
deviants were eating the sheep, and the
Yes.
Eternals were the shepherds.
Wouldn't there be an easier way to do that?
Like there's plenty of
Yeah,
better
it's
things.
like the
have done.
Matrix potato thing, right?
Yeah.
Or shitty batteries. Yeah.
I mean,
That's actually-
would
yes.
work.
I want to give
like,
Max
again,
props.
I'm not saying the Eternals is a good movie. I'm saying
Ah.
it's better than Iron Man 2. Now,
Oh.
okay.
That is
pretty low bar.
Right. It's the shiniest turd. That's what I'm saying.
I do want to say to Max, kudos, because you explained that way better than that movie did.
Right. Yeah, like it's bad. It's too much. Like they needed to make this a TV series, or unless they want to devote 3 movies to it. Like none of the like it's like 35% exposition trying to like let you know all of the shit that's going on, and it's not great. I fell asleep in the beginning of the movie. Somebody had to wake me up, so I almost missed like the quote unquote good parts of the movie because I was like put to sleep by just trying to get everything started.
I think. Oh, go ahead.
I left the theater and I looked at Tony and I'm like, did you like that? Because I didn't like it. And you guys know me. I usually like stuff. I was like, did you like that? And he's like, honestly, it was boring. And I'm like, I thought so too. He's like, yeah, I think it's the worst Marvel movie. And I'm like, I think so too. And then, but he's a kid. I like Robert Downey Jr. better. So of course I'm going to say Iron Man 2 is way better than that.
You're in love with Trevor. You're just trying your hardest not to say Trevor. Right?
I also think like if Eternals would have.
I'm talking about Iron Man 2, not 3.
Oh, okay. I know what I see through you, Jason.
I think if Eternals was a more name brand thing, they could have done this, like done the way they did it. Like if people were more familiar with the characters, they probably could have glazed over it like the way they did, right? Because you're actually familiar. But like unless you're a hardcore Eternal fan, you're not going to know these people's names. You don't know what like
if they made an X-Men movie and just kind of threw you into it, like I would not be as
you can figure it out. Or Spider-Man, like we don't need to see Uncle Ben die again, right?
We didn't know who the Guardians were, and they threw us into that.
I knew who the Guardians were, and they changed everything.
But they actually like they gave them all the decent, the intro, and you knew what they were doing the whole time.
Yeah, the Guardians worked because they were together for most of this film, right? So they were growing together, and you could love them as they were as a compartment of the team, rather than like independent individuals. Like that's a little harder to do in a 2.5 hour runtime for.
Well, like Max said, we should have seen like we should have had a 3-act story, whether it's told through a season of television or 3 movies. We should have had the them separating. We should have had that as one movie because that's so much to cram in of a backstory. And the fact that you're trying to give every character enough screen time or equal screen time, that totally unbalances this movie and just makes so much that you're throwing out there. And some of it doesn't make sense. Like I said, I just wish. Plus, I love Selma Hayek, and I really am digging the comeback that she is on right now. So kudos to Selma Hayek.
Yeah,
but
I'm a huge
she deserved more
fan
screen
too.
time for sure.
And I love the male, and I love the assistant. But like I said, cutting them back a little bit and focusing more on her would have made more sense to the story, not me as a fan, but to the story, which probably would have made me enjoy the movie more.
Yeah, maybe.
And I think this isn't an original idea to me, but like the characters are still very stoic that it was hard to be likable.
Oh god, Angelina Jolie could just fuck off in this movie. Like 100%.
The personality was almost zero. That's why the
movie,
camera
dude.
guy's shown so much.
Dude, I feel bad. She is a good actress, but
Sure.
whenever she does one of these big budget movies, they're just awful.
I mean, like I'm not on either side of Angelina Jolie. Sometimes she's okay, sometimes she's not. But this one, she can. Kick rocks. Like it's not.
I am pretty excited for Black Knight since we got spoiler alert still up. Is it Black Knight? Right. That's
what I thought it was too. I didn't do any research, but I was like, okay,
I think
all
Kit
right, Jon
Harington's gonna be
Snow.
Black Knight.
Jon Snow.
Yeah.
Like what I love is like they make that joke. He's like, I've got a difficult family history, and I'm like, fuck yeah, you do, Jon Snow.
He used to be my brother.
Can you guys? I told people we were going to go full geek. So somebody tell me who the Black Knight is in the Marvel canon.
He's a character. He's just a character.
Yeah, I mean his sword, like it's a legacy sword. Like it trails back to like I think Merlin, like Arthonian times, and like whoever. If you're a part of that lineage and you control the blade, you turn into like the Black Knight, and it's like a suit of armor with a sweet knight, I think, and like. I don't know. It should be pretty cool. I don't know much about the actual story, but I think that's the lineage.
He's with like the British Justice League, isn't he?
Oh, he hung out with
it's like Captain Britain and Black Knight and all them. Like,
there you go. That's the movie you got to make with like no backstory for anybody. It's to the British Justice League versus like the New Gods or something.
Yes.
Nobody understands any of this shit. It's like,
Did everyone get spoiled about the voice at the end? Like, I know Dan's not gonna get it, but like the voice when Kit Harington was grabbing the sword, like, are you sure you want to do it? Type of deal.
Who was it?
It's Blade.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. At least that's the voice of the voice is acted by the Blade guy. Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I'm down for that. I'm down for that.
That's how Marvel
rolled us back a little bit, but we didn't talk about Moon Knight at all.
I'm going back into.
I'm really excited for Moon Knight just because of Oscar Hayes.
Back to the
Oscar Hayes. But that I think might be the coolest one of all of that.
Okay, we're gonna go there. But 2 out of 5 geeks for the Eternals. I left the theater saying
I agree.
2.5.
Yeah,
it dropped.
I agree.
No arguments with that 2 out of 5.
And Max and I still love each other, internet, so you can have a heated argument and still love one another. Remember that?
Can you?
But like I was just. There are some things that you had a problem with that I thought was kind of cool, and then also like again, if they would have had enough, if this would have done over a season or would have had its own movie, the moments would have been made. It would have felt more. But Max, like go ahead.
Sorry, we were talking about this yesterday. I'm agreeing with you, and everything that he said, I agreed with. Like, yeah, I agree. That would have been awesome for just a little bit longer. But yeah, continue. Sorry.
Yeah. Add spoilers back up if you could.
Yep. There
yeah, when Kumail's character is like, I'm with the bad guys. I'm just not gonna kill my friends. Like I thought that was really cool. Like you do not see that a lot in any of these movies where there's a guy who's like, okay, well, no, I understand. Like this terrible thing that's gonna happen is gonna happen. Yeah. I'm okay with that. I just don't want to kill you. Like there's no reason for me to fight you because I love you. Like
I want to defend him, even though I said I didn't like that moment in the movie. But, because to him, if the Celestial lives, billions more life is going to be created because of that being.
Or whatever. So, like, he's done his part in the cycle. Like
that was his job, unfortunately. Yeah. Like it or don't like it, that was his job.
The humans, okay, I had fun, but this is always going to be the end. So why are we fighting it? But again, like I'm not going to like do the trope thing where it's like, oh, you're my enemy now, and I thought that was really, really cool.
No, I thought it was a good message too. Like this guy has a different view on this, but they're leaving and they're still friends. Like, you can disagree. Like it's Marvel saying like, guys, politics, we can agree. Like, it's okay. We don't have to fight each other. But no, so yeah, 2 out of 5. We all agree. Dan, let's take us to the night.
I do think the Eternals
bring in the whole thing.
Yeah, I do think the Eternals bring in some fun topics of Marvel, right? Like Celestials coming to judge the planet. Like that's been in Marvels for forever, right? Coming to host and fighting the Horde and things like that. Like that's a lot of fun thoughts like that we can expand upon, right? In different movies. I'm excited about that. But I'm really excited.
Oscar Isaac's Moon Knight.
Yeah. Right after
if they would have made a better movie, then the movie would be better.
Yes, definitely. If we had a better movie, it would have been better, or a better couple movies. Like if they could have gone like an hour and a half in 2 movies, I think that would be better than the 2.5 hour one movie.
That's fair.
You agree with that?
There's going to be that one guy that like really wanted to see the Eternals and be like, why is this in 2 parts? Like Dune,
Oh, and then you see, like that's how you know if I went and saw Dune with Tony, and like the second the movie ended. He's like, "When's part 2 come out?"
Right.
Yeah.
Like, and so like I was like, "All right, kid, like you got some good. I can watch some this." But like, yeah, I understand like a completely like blah. That movie sucked coming out of Eternals from like. You know, because I'd say Dune has the capability to bore people, you know, because it's a lot of like, you know, like open shots and like dream sequences and things like that. So like, I was worried that it would be boring, but then like the kid's like, "When's part 2 come out? This is bullshit." Like I was like, all right.
I think they really nailed the pacing for Dune.
Tony has the taste in movies that I have, where he likes a lot of things, and I didn't know if he'd like Dune either, because I was gonna watch it with him, and I'm like, I don't know if this is gonna bore him.
Right. Yeah, I thought
it always comes back
like,
to the spice.
All right, Dan, we're so sorry.
No, you're fine, dude. I mean, I don't really have much to say about Moon Knight except that I saw the trailer for the 10 seconds that it ran, and I'm like, oh yeah, Moon Knight, that guy I forgot when I was like 15. So, that would be a cool series, and that's all I really got. So you're fine.
I'm not a huge Moon Knight fan. Like, I hope the movie's sweet, but like everyone's like, "Oh, he's Marvel's Batman." I'm like, "Fuck you, he's not Batman."
No, he's not Batman. It is a cool character, but yeah, he has the angst of Batman, kind of.
Right. Yeah. It's fucking.
It's a cool character. I like Isaac.
The Moon Knight Blade stuff that's coming to Disney Plus. I think that'll be fun. Is Blade supposed to be a show or a movie? Do you guys know?
Yes.
I don't know.
Blade was a show.
It was a terrible show. So bad.
I've got the box set upstairs.
Oh,
with sticky fingers.
Oh.
And there's a really good opportunity to have. But I'm ready for Spawn. Right? Is everyone ready for Spawn? I really want a new Spawn.
No, I want Blade, and I want the actual like Tomb of Dracula like plot line thing. Would be amazing.
Yeah,
like not how they screwed it all up in Blade 3. But actually doing it cool.
Blade 3 was so terrible.
Yeah,
Ryan Reynolds is the best part of that movie, I think.
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds is the assistant of Blade 3.
Yeah,
and again, like that was the precursor for me for Iron Fist, because I didn't feel so bad when they screwed that one up.
Well, Triple H was in that too, right? He was
like, okay,
people through walls.
Blade's a character who can kind of show up in anything, also. So I like that. Like, you know, they're bringing him in, and like we'll see like where they sprinkle that sauce on every it'll be good. Mahershala Ali's a great actor. I think you just it should be everyone and Blade like the Scooby-Doo Power Hour.
And then have like flashbacks back to the 70s, so he can be like flashy colored jive talking Blade.
Yeah, with Power Man.
Yes, that works too, I guess. But no, like he was in the comics, because that was.
I mean, he was for sure the best part of Luke Cage too. I was just double checking to make sure I got the right person. But yeah,
what's that?
Mahershala. I can't say his name.
Mahershala Ali.
He was the best part of Luke Cage, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Cottonmouth was the best part.
Yeah. You mean the guy that they killed halfway through the
show fucking dropped off a cliff after he died.
Nose died after he died.
Plummeted back to Earth. Like it was not good.
All right, guys.
That'd be a great show, actually. The more I think about it, Max, Power Man, Iron Fist, and Blade.
Yes. Yes. I will allow this. As long as there's not one boardroom in the entire
As long as they recast
everybody except for Blade.
I wasn't.
What if the first episode is like they're heading towards a boardroom and like Iron Fist is like, we don't go into those.
Yeah.
Like directs them outside.
So like they're gonna open the door for the boardroom and then it just like explodes or something. Like I'll allow that.
Unbeknownst by Danny Rand, like there's been another Iron Fist born.
It's a multiverse thing.
Just drops a
they're gonna open the door.
Like, I'm Iron Fist now.
The Green Goblin just pumpkin bombs the whole building. Like I'm down.
Well, I think we're pretty safe to say that Danny Rand is that actor is no longer going to be with us. I think one of the substantiated rumors is Charlie Cox and Kristen Ritter were the only two that Disney wants to keep.
Well, yeah, they're kind of the only two worth keeping. But whatever.
That's funny.
But let's
like Luke Cage, whoever the hell that dude was.
Luke Cage, I thought he's like
or not.
It's hard to.
No, right.
Yeah, nice try, Jason. Luke Cage, he didn't do a bad job, but like I don't feel like, and it's half the writer's fault.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not- it's not
I think he was
the
let down by
actor's
the
fault.
script, but
Yeah, but I just I don't know. I feel like they need to find a bigger guy and and just try something else. But definitely new writers. Definitely all new writers.
yeah.
Fair enough.
You
I
know
couldn't
what
even
sounds
see
awesome?
Moon,
A
for Christ's sake.
boardroom.
Anyway,
So let's talk about Agatha.
Yeah, we haven't talked about it at
or
all.
Ironheart or something.
The only thing I know about Agatha is what I got in WandaVision.
Yeah,
So,
that's I've not followed.
I mean, I know she trains the Scarlet Witch in the comic books, right? So I
Yeah,
wonder if that's
I-
how
yeah.
that happens. I wonder if they just her
I'm
jumping in
down.
and out
I'm
of training
down.
it.
They found a way to spin off WandaVision. I really like the actress and her character in the show, so I'm down to see more.
Yeah, for sure. I did not hate it. Like it did kind of suck at the end when they got all like floaty and witch beamy. Like
Stereotypical Marvel fare at the end. Yeah.
right? Yeah, like that was. So if they can figure out some different way to kind of do magic, that would be kind of cool. But other than
Do
that,
this, but better.
right?
Well, I mean,
You did good. We can. There's room for improvement in these areas.
just look at look at the old Kirby art for like Doctor Strange. It's like this is how you do magic. See, it's weird ass shapes and shit flying around. I mean, it's he's just
Make it happen.
discombobulate the viewer, and they think they're having fun.
So like, I'm absolutely down for it. I don't know,
Yeah,
like,
it'd be fun.
I mean, is this a mini series? Like, is it like one season? I don't know how much Agatha I want. Like
It probably
how
is
much
one.
too much.
Most
What?
of the Marvel shows seem to be one season. The only one that was confirmed for a second season was Loki. All the other ones are just one and done.
Okay, yeah, that sounds good. I'm down.
And then
I also like things that end.
we got a
Yeah.
What If season 2, but honestly, I haven't finished What If season 1. So maybe the Eternals wasn't the first Marvel thing I haven't been super into. Maybe it was the first What If. But I don't hate watching What If. I don't ever get motivated enough to go back and watch another episode. Like when I watch it, it's fine.
Yeah, it doesn't make you immediately watch the next one. I agree with that. Like like, oh
Yeah.
shit, I gotta watch the fucking next one.
I did like
Star
the
Wars
Marvel
Visions
zombies,
had that problem too.
even though it was plot hole filled. Like, there's so many plot holes in the Marvel Zombie short that it's crazy. But they're making that into its own series, and I kind of hope.
If they follow the comic books, it'll be great.
Yeah, that's what I hope.
Marvel Zombies. It's not really meant to be like A, canon, and B, not have plot holes. It's a happy bomb
No,
with
I'm
zombies.
fine. That's what I'm saying. I'm fine with the fun. Like everybody.
I just
over
really enjoyed
it.
the Marvel Zombie comic book. So if they can
I'm
put that on
over
screen, that'd be cool.
zombies. Like,
Yeah.
I did enjoy the Marvel Zombies comic
Yeah.
book, but I am fucking done with zombie. Like,
Walking
Yeah.
I
Dead
just
killed
don't
it.
care.
I
Thanks,
like
Walking
Ash.
Dead.
Ash versus the Marvel Zombies. That was a fun book.
That's funny.
No, it's
Guys,
like the one shots where like the Punisher kills the Marvel universe, and then Deadpool kills the universe. It's like those. It's fine.
It's that's the rumor for Deadpool 3. That Deadpool 3 is going to be Deadpool kills the Marvel universe.
All right, I'm down.
I wish they would do the Punisher one, but whatever.
They need to do more Punisher shit. Period.
Oh,
They need to get John Barenthal.
Barenthal is
Yes.
so good.
Yeah, he's the
Yeah.
other one that they're saying Marvel might keep.
Yeah,
They
they
should have
need to keep it.
crushed Punisher.
Before the
God.
Punisher aired, I would have never thought I would say John Barenthal was so good.
Right?
Yeah.
Can't protect
I
Maybe.
liked
Rick.
him in other things. I
No.
liked him in other things. Not Walking Dead.
Yeah. I mean, he hasn't been bad in Dad. In
He's
other
been my
things,
father
but-
for years.
Yeah. but yeah, The Walking Dead kind of soured me on him. 'Cause
Oh, absolutely. I hear you. I hear you, and I feel for you. But
first of all,
I
his
liked
character
him-
lived for too damn long
Yep.
compared to the comic book. And
Yeah.
secondly,
Oh, yeah.
he just had like one move. He would just look anguished and put his head up to it. He's like,
Yeah, you gotta rub the bald head. You gotta rub
Yeah.
it.
For luck.
And you
Gotta
got to
do it
tell
for
Rick
luck.
that he can't protect his family. And
Can't protect Rick.
Yeah.
No, but he was good in Tank movie with Brad Pitt.
Yeah, okay.
He's good in Tank movie with Brad Pitt.
Yeah, that's what it was called, right? Tank movie?
Fury.
Yeah, sure.
David Ayer.
It is now.
Let's
I
call
like
it
a
Iron
good
Tank.
movie.
It's fine.
All right, everybody. We will be back in 10 minutes. with
Are we taking a
Amber
break
Martinez.
already?
Taking a long break?
What?
Yeah. Amber
No.
Martinez will be joining us at 12:55.
Oh,
Everybody
that's
out there, enjoy and have a wonderful day. Enjoy this short clip from interview Max and I did, and it's now on the Three Geeks Facebook, YouTube, and everywhere.
All of the three things.
I'm talking slowly. 'cause I'm trying to
Everything
pull
at
it
the
up.
dot ninja.
I am talking slowly. There we go.
Oh, Lee, this was a great interview. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a blast. And again, I'm talking slowly so I can get this pulled up correctly.
so I can do my effing job. God, I suck.
So I can.
Are you just playing YouTube on?
Yeah, I just went right off the
Oh,
end.
there he is. That man is
YouTube
playing Galaga. He thought we wouldn't notice, but we all did. Can this thing start at all? Like, hey Jason, try not sucking for 14 seconds to get this thing running. Can we do this, please?
I'm sorry. It's just it's got to be easy for you guys to communicate. Like you just start texting each other. It's just like you're back on the show, right?
I saw an interview with Joey. He didn't get into too much detail, but he was talking about the casting process, something that you guys all share, and how tough it is. Like, what is it like? You finish watching season 1, you decide you want to be on the show. What's the process to that, and then the camera's rolling?
So I watched the show based on we were in lockdown, and it was 2020, and it actually I know the show came out in January. But my niece and nephew, we weren't able to see each other, and I wanted to see their kids and all that. So they just said, Uncle Lee, there's this show on Netflix. Let's watch it. We started watching it right at lockdown, to be honest, in the middle of March. And we'd watch an episode and then we'd Zoom. We didn't even know what Zoom was at the time. They did probably, but I didn't. And so we talked about it. Well, I fell in love with the whole concept. I love reality TV. I actually enjoy competition reality in particular. And so come May or something, I think I was searching about the circle, and up popped this thing about, hey, why don't you apply? I thought, well, I'll just do that. Why not? Well, it was I'm telling you, Jason, I was typing. It felt like hours. It was probably only about 40 minutes about my life story, who I was and all that. I sent that, I hit the submit button, and then they said, I need a video. And I'm like, I'm done. I was doing this for fun anyway. And so I ignored it. Well, then I started getting emails about once a week. Hey, finish submitting your application. Please send us a video. And I thought that was just an automated thing. About mid-July, I get an email and I go, it was very personal, and hey, we're really interested. So I thought, I'll just grab my phone. And 5 minutes later, sent it up. And the next day I got a call. But that was just the beginning of the process, because you go through lots of levels. They want to make sure you're a sane person, somewhat.
And I mean, how much is it like they're worried that you're catfishing them? Like, it's kind of interesting, where it's like, okay, well, we've called this person. He's not anything that he said he was, but like, do we still run with it or whatever? So there's got to be a good amount of vetting to make sure, right?
Yeah, Max, all reality shows do background checks on this. I have heard. And they did a full background check. They did a psychological test on me. I had to, all kinds of stuff. They want to make sure we're, have the drama, have the fun, but you don't want a serial killer.
Right? Yeah, you want everyone to go home safe and sound.
Right. Exactly.
How long are you guys in that apartment?
A while. I kind of lost track of time, Jason. I was like, what the? They don't tell you. There's no clocks. They don't tell you what time it is. The blinds are full, and I don't know. I went there in late September.
Talk commercial. Take 5. Hey, Jason, have you ever been accused of a crime?
I have not yet, John. But if I ever was, there's only one man I would call, and that man is Benjamin Matlock.
You would be right to do that, because he's a guy that can certainly clear your name of any accusations that come your way. It doesn't matter, man, if you're accused of, say, I don't know, murdering your ex-husband live on your TV cooking show, or using a pair of scissors to stab your business manager to death, or maybe you sneak into your landlord's office and off him overnight during the Christmas season. Matlock can get you taken care of. And you know what? He's also a dude that is the subject of a pretty cool podcast called Matt Talk, right, Jason?
Yeah, he is, and I'm so glad.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Three Geeks Podcast. Oh man, I love it. Trolls. God, we had one comment. I'm not going to get into it because it was really bad, but the guy, the overall arching thing was, he's like, I really like your podcast. And he said a whole bunch of mean things about us.
He got like super racist. Is that the one you're talking about? Or?
Yeah. Apparently, I look Jewish, which I don't.
You got to forward me this comment because I need a good laugh. But
I deleted it, but I think I have a screenshot of his phone, but I'll send it to you.
He did the right thing where he went to the our group's black ambassador. And he's like, should we? I left it up for a couple days, but then we didn't end up talking about it that week. So I was like, take it down.
And Max like, leave it up so we can discuss it. And then
it was super racist. But he was like, you guys are cool if you weren't so black and Jewish and yada yada.
Damn. Is anybody in this room Jewish?
Well, I mean, that time that you wore the yarmulke, Fuzzy was on here.
Oh. I just remember waking up and seeing that comment. I think it was like 6:30 and I texted Max. I turned over to Liz. I was like, Liz? She's like half asleep. Like, you look like Jewish? No, I'm trying to sleep.
But he seriously, the first 3 sentences is all good stuff. You guys are doing good. I like you, blah, 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 except for you have a black dude on there, and your bald Jewish guy sucks. It was just the most ridiculous thing. And I was like, man,
We are back. Where's Max? It seems to be the theme of today is where is Max?
It's like, where's Waldo? No one knows where Max is.
I will text him and say, where is Max?
He's living his best life.
He is. There's 3 of us, guys. Welcome to the Three Geeks Podcast.
Right?
Dan is... Oh, I forgot to unmute Dan. Sorry, Dan.
The hell did you mute me for, ass?
I had to mute us all for the video to
Yeah,
play.
he muted everybody.
Oh, yeah. Then you unmute you, and I'm just talking to myself.
I
apparently.
pushed the button. I thought I did.
It's fine. It's fine.
You did. I didn't unmute anybody except for myself. But we will be joined by Amber in just a moment. Max, I'm sure, will be back. I'm texting him right now. And we need to get back in the same room because as much fun as this over Skype has been, it's not like we're not in each other's circles. Some of us sees each other on a somewhat regular basis, and we need to get back in the same room. Like, the show is so much better when we're in the same room.
I agree.
I miss the camaraderie. We still have it here a little bit, but at least now when we disagree, we can get in fist fights. It'll be fun.
Yeah,
That's true.
that fun.
There are physical consequences rather than just verbal.
That's right.
Awesome.
Screaming at each other.
That's more fun.
Yeah.
That's what
for sure.
That's what cameras are for.
But our commercial break is kind of a mess right now. Sorry, everybody. I have some. I haven't gotten all of the ones I'm supposed to get, and I don't want to make a 2-minute commercial break. Like, I want to go back to the 10-minute commercial breaks that we had, where we could actually make lunch. Because some of us don't eat prior to the show, which we probably should.
You probably should have.
It is what it is. You know, it can't be perfect, and still no Max. So we're just gonna hang out here.
can't be perfect.
Can't be perfect.
But no, check out that interview we did with Lee. Lee's such a nice guy. So much fun to talk to and find out about that process. Justin and I have, oh my God, so many interviews we've recorded. And Justin is so in love with the interview schedule we have for the next 2 days. We got one at 7 tomorrow, one at 8 tomorrow, one at 7 on Tuesday. Oh, no, one at 6:30 on Tuesday, one at 7 on Tuesday, one at 8 on Tuesday. And then the week's clear, Justin. So there's that.
Yeah, you just harpooned my Tuesday.
I said you'll have to come to all of them. I want you there for the 8 o'clock one, and I'd love you there for all of them if you can join me.
Oh, yeah.
If not, I'm good enough going solo.
Of course
or
you
fine
are.
enough going solo. I don't know about good enough, but I I'm confident enough to go solo.
I know you.
Oh, God.
But that was never in question. It was just a matter of it's a lot of interviews in 2 days.
Oh, and I want to just do this on the air. So I was thinking, Justin, we should change the way we do interviews.
Okay.
Like we should still do the conversations, but prior to the interviews we do, you and I should do like a one-on-one conversation with just the two of us of the stuff we're watching. Like more intimate, where we can get a lot more in depth. You could talk about comic books since you're not doing the monthly poll anymore, and I could talk about the millions of shows that I watch before we go into the conversation. Make it a full hour.
Yeah, we can definitely try it out. Yeah, sure.
I want to throw that
Do
out
whatever.
since we're doing it anyway. We could always record it after the interview, so we know how long we need to talk for in order to make it a full
Well, yeah,
hour.
if you're trying to like keep it at 60 minutes, then yeah, we'll have to do that. We should do all of these afterwards, right? Because we don't know how long the guests are going to be.
Yeah. See, this is fun. We're just sitting here chatting. I like your hair, Dan.
Yeah,
Thanks.
I didn't say anything, but I do too. Also, happy birthday. Did we say that yet on air?
No.
Happy birthday.
No, you
Dan.
didn't.
Happy
thank
you.
birthday to
No.
you.
Stop. You don't want to pay
Yeah,
royalties.
you were definitely going to get some type of. You should have muted yourself.
You will listen to me sing happy birthday if I have to keep
No.
the stream.
Oh, I expect you all over on Friday, by the way.
Sure, I'm there.
No more excuses,
Yeah.
JT.
I could be there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Until the excuse on Tuesday. Hey,
Yeah.
I'm pretty
I
busy.
gotta
There's a thing
work
with the kids.
'cause
Yeah.
there's a hippopotamus in my bathtub, and I can't watch
I might
the
have
DVDs.
an interview on Friday, but I can do it from your
No.
kitchen table. So it's not a big
No.
deal.
There will be no interview on Friday.
Talking to some wine guy. It's like 15 minutes long. It'll be fine.
Well, he's a whiny guy. You don't need to talk to him. It's fine.
He's a guy who sells wine.
Oh God, that's even worse. It's
Yeah.
the guy that made Twitter.
That's
Oh,
funny.
clever.
Thanks.
Yeah, Twitter is full of wine. That's for sure.
Yeah.
What have you been
We've
watching,
lost
Dan?
Mags. We're losing out on Amber.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on anymore. It's just like
Living-
shoestring budget over here.
He was gone when I turned on the clip. Here, we'll just we'll do this old school.
What are we doing now?
Are you calling him?
No. We'll do this old school
Old
over
school,
the
yeah.
phone.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna get him back on the podcast.
I hope he just enters with some random sentence.
Yeah, or if he even answers.
I wonder if his internet went down.
Yeah.
Hey, we got Max back, everybody.
It's sad.
God, I love his laugh. Correct.
Where'd you go?
I'm having some guests over, so I couldn't stay the whole time.
Oh.
So we lost Max. Okay.
Oh, he told us in the thing. Nice. All right.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, you see that, ladies and gentlemen? This is when I find out people are gone. Is when you
Oh,
do.
crap. It wasn't in the private chat. It was in the regular comments.
He announced it to everybody. Okay.
All right, man. We didn't see the
That
chat.
does seem like a Max
Bye.
thing to do.
Our bad.
See you, buddy.
There we go. Okay.
There we go. We had him back for a minute. Amber's trying to log in right now.
But it's from 3 Geeks Podcast. So.
That's so funny.
Nice.
I have company over.
Yeah.
I mean, sure.
At least
All right.
when Dan decides he's not doing the show, he gives me like hours notice. Like at
Yeah.
least that's an hour's notice. Like we have people quitting in the middle of the show. I'm out. Peace.
Oh, yeah. I got to leave, guys. I'll see you. That's
So
Bye, Felicia.
Dan, what have you been watching?
Well, I started watching Doctor Who, and it's good, and that
Nice.
makes me happy. And I don't know, just random horror movies. Oh God, yeah. Okay. Have you guys heard of a movie called Lamb?
No, is
I
it
have.
good? Sounds like it's good.
Have you seen the trailers for it, saying it's horrific and the most horrifying thing I've ever seen?
Yeah, and I thought it was stupid.
Did you see the movie?
No, I saw the trailers and I thought the trailers.
Oh no. See the movie. I'm not going to ruin it for you. I'm not going to say anything.
Your tone makes me think that the movie sucks, and you just want people to see
Oh no,
it.
no! The movie's amazing. Just not in any way that was intended.
Fair enough.
It just we'll talk about it after somebody else sees it.
Where's does it stream somewhere, Dan?
I don't know.
Okay, well, I can find out. That's not
I got it through totally legal ways.
I believe that sentence.
Yes, from a friend of mine. but
top
yeah,
men.
you top men.
Top.
But you need to see that. I highly recommend it to both of you. Just make sure you watch it to the end.
Oh boy.
I'm probably not gonna watch it, to be honest.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna watch it.
Well, I know you're not gonna watch it, Jason. You haven't watched the other things you borrowed from me yet.
Shots fired.
But I mean, it's got a good critic score.
Oh,
the audience score is awful, but the critic score
yes.
is good.
I think the audience is the way to go on this one. But don't watch anything about it. Just go watch the movie.
Don't follow the bouncing ball.
No, don't read any critics' reviews of it.
Justin, what's the web browser that's not Google Chrome?
There's a bunch. There's Internet
Yeah,
Explorer. There's
Microsoft
Mozilla
Edge.
Firefox. There's
I got it. Thank you.
Edge.
Yeah, thank you.
As soon as you said
Bing?
Internet Explorer, it clicked.
Bing.
Bing. Is that really a web browser?
Well, no, Bing is Edge, isn't it?
I think you're right. I think they moved it to.
Maybe. Bing keeps showing up on my Google Chrome on my iPhone. It's really weird.
Money talks, man.
I hate searching Bing.
That was a dumb sentence, and I don't like it anymore. Bing keeps showing up on my Google whatever on my iPhone.
We're not talking about this any further.
No, I'm angered now, and I don't even know why. But yeah, go see Lamb. It's hilarious.
Solid. I will. I'll check it out.
It's not. I mean, it made me laugh as hard as Antichrist made me laugh.
Oh boy, oh my god, it means it's gonna be awful, like disgusting, isn't it?
No, I don't. No, not like that one.
Man, you are not.
No.
Trust.
It's not disgusting like that one. I just think it's fucking hilarious.
I think Dan's talking us out of it.
No, you need to see it. It's good for you. Gentlemen, you're part of a podcast. You're supposed to watch things. Go watch this thing.
We live in a society.
Yes. Otherwise, yeah, I've just been watching a bunch of old horror movies. It's what I do. I watched Mario Bava's Bay of Blood.
How is that?
Which is very good for a very early prototype slasher movie. I mean, it's a slasher before there were slashers, but it still follows all the tropes, which is funny. But yeah, check it out. It's nice and gory and mid to late 60s, I think.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. It's Mario Bava, the same guy that did Kill Baby Kill, and
that name is very familiar to me. Yeah.
Yeah, he was like he is old school Italian horror.
Gotcha.
But it's good
I feel like
stuff.
You and Mike have talked about it. I feel like that's where
we probably have.
Yeah.
Yeah, I miss Mike. Also, from that video, I miss Rondell.
So do I. I should try.
I never met Rondell, but I'm sure he's a
great guy. I like Rondell. He was a good guy.
Rondell was in the before Justin times.
Yes.
That's long ago.
He's in the BJ times. And the less we talk about that, the better.
No.
Amber's just having some issues.
Yeah, she's trying. I can see her trying to log in, log out type of deal.
Yeah. We'll get there. We got a lot to talk about, though. What have you been watching?
I don't know what's going on.
What have I been watching? I finished what's it called? Dan, you told me to watch it. The horror one on Netflix. The Mask. The
Midnight Mass.
Midnight Mass.
Oh yeah.
I watched that. I thought it was great. I loved it. It was really good.
It's a good show. See, you should watch things that I tell you to watch.
Yeah. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, you gave a glowing review though, because you don't usually glowingly review that guy's stuff, and the fact that you did, and I already like that guy.
If he makes something good, then I'll give him a glowing review.
It's a fair point. It's a fair way to.
I watch everything, so I don't even know what to talk about.
Oh, dude! On HBO Max has Return to Salem's Lot.
Oh, that's fun. There's a Western on Netflix too. Sorry, were you going to say more? Return to Salem's Lot. Oh, forgive me. Go ahead, Dan.
No. I was going to say it's better than the actual original Salem's Lot in my opinion.
Is it? Wow.
Well, this dude and his kid just show up in town because he was bequeathed this old building, and everybody in town's a vampire. So they all just like he goes to town like one morning and just starts killing all the vampires at their house. It's pretty awesome.
Nice.
Anyway,
everybody, we are joined by the lovely and talented Amber Martinez.
Up, Amber?
How are you doing today?
I'm trying.
we saw you pop up at the bottom. It's like every once in a while.
Yeah, I don't know. It wasn't connecting for me. Just hold on a second. I'm trying to adjust the light. Apologies.
You are fine.
I'm like, yeah, even think. Well, I had to hook up my actual microphone because it was just not wanting to do it for some reason.
Yeah.
Okay, here I am. Is it working now?
Yes.
Are we live yet?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, you're good.
That's good.
Amber is one of my second favorite people from Kansas. So
I'm only your second
Superman?
favorite person? No, I'm just kidding. There is like Paul Rudd and
no, I'm talking about Clark Kent.
Harrison Ford and all those other people.
Yeah, he's not Superman though.
Superman, and then there's Amber, and then everybody
Which
else.
Superman?
What do you, I was talking about the character. That's loaded.
Oh, we're getting very specific here.
Who is my
Dean
favorite
Cain.
Superman?
The Russian one.
Dean Cain would probably be my Superman because it's the one I grew
Really?
up with.
Huh.
But I like Cavill.
I didn't know that.
No,
Really?
I didn't
I
grow
was like,
up
I've
with.
met him several times in person.
No. I'm just meant Superman the character is my favorite person from Kansas.
Oh yeah. Did you? I mean, he could have been my brother from another mother, and I just didn't know it. You know.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, I mean, as soon as you saw the sunlight, right, and they started flying, I think they.
I did. I was like, woo!
Lifting tractors up.
So what have you been up
You guys
to?
are like the third people that have told me that before. They're like, "Oh, Superman comes from Kansas," and I was like, "Yeah."
So what have you been up to since we talked to you last? I see a lot of stuff
I've been
happening.
up to so many things. Like, did you know that WandaVision took home 3 Emmys?
Oh, that's great. We did not know that. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Nice.
we won best 30-minute production. So that's like the equivalent of winning like the Oscar at the Oscars, but for like the Emmys.
That's incredible.
Nice.
I know, I was super excited about that. I had no idea that, like, I mean, I knew we were like in the category, but you know, like there's so many other things that you never know who's gonna win. I was really nervous that night. So.
Nice.
We
We
also
want you
done-
back in the spinoff of Harkness.
Yeah, well, I can't say if
Live on air. Are you in the next one?
I know there's some things I can and cannot talk about today. Apparently, I was warned by Star Trek. So
We had one of our a mutual friend on who's going to be in Black Panther 2, and we saw that on IMDb, and we asked him about it, like, how does it feel to be in Black Panther 2? And he's like, I'm not allowed to
I
talk
can't
about
tell
that.
you.
I'm like, what? He's like, nobody's supposed to know I'm in that. Where'd you see it? I'm like, it's on your IMDb.
Yeah, I was like, that was my bad. I read it on IMDb and I
Yeah.
asked him about it. I was like, oh, well, it's out there now. Like,
Whoops.
How did you know about that? Production added it to your IMDb. That's how it works.
Everything's so top secret nowadays. Like, do you find yourself getting nervous about when you sign NDAs going on to shows and stuff, like, all right, I know I'm gonna do this somewhere down the line, but I know I can't talk about it. So, like, is it like one of those things where you're
Yeah,
trying
like I
to think
messaged you earlier. I was like, Star Trek warned me about giving away production treatment, like, secrets. So, like, I can talk about being, like, casted on Star Trek, but I can't, like, talk about it right now.
Nice.
You'll be launched into
Yeah.
space.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd be so nervous.
halfway to space, halfway there.
I've had people
With a
tell me
contract with
stuff in
Musk.
private about future films and stuff. They're like, you can't
Mhm.
tell anybody. And I'm not even legally obligated, but I'm like so nervous. Like anytime I talk or that subject
Yeah.
even broaches itself. Like I am friendly with Thomas Nicholas from American Pie. And when his
Yeah.
son was filming Old, the M. Night Shyamalan movie, he had told me about it. He's like, you can't say anything on your podcast. So I let
Yeah.
you ahead of time that he was involved with the making of it. And I'm just trying to sit here and not mention it. But
Just twiddle your thumbs like I have things to tell everyone.
I can't imagine what it's like knowing these secrets going forward, and you just can only tell yourself.
Yeah, true. It does get a little
in
like
the mirror at
it's
3 in the
kind of
morning.
Yeah, and it's like I don't know where to look right now on my webcam because it's being so antically
You're-
like
you're
it's
dead on.
moving-
You're doing
it's
great.
tracking
That's
my
fine.
Yeah,
facial
you're doing great.
movements. Like
Yeah.
I feel like what the problem was earlier is because I bought a high tech webcam instead of using the one off my Mac. Like I'm like, ooh, this one's supposed to be better, and now it's like doing this weird thing like in Terminator where like the eye watches you. You know, it's like watching my every like facial movement. It's like it's so funny. I feel like I have like a robot. Like I'm returning it.
Yeah. You're making me uncomfortable, webcam.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, is something else watching me right now? I'm pretty sure it is.
It's Star Trek. They're like, is she talking
Yeah,
about us?
exactly.
We have to...
Like this is a self-realization moment that maybe I bought something too high tech.
Made in Taiwan.
Yeah, no, it's made in China. I don't know if I should have said that. Buy American products.
So
it's been a real wild ride the last couple months. Like I booked a lot of jobs, which is exciting since doing WandaVision, and like hopefully I'll get more sci-fi and comic jobs. That's like my ultimate, you know.
We talked to you last time, and you were really into comic books. You had them all over the wall. I remember.
Yeah, now I have these. Like, I was
Funko
trying
Pops,
to
yeah.
make like a nice little stick. It's from my couch this time, so I just put them like on the top of my couch behind me, and I was like, "There's a nice little touch." Yeah, we were talking about the character I'd love to play from the Marvel universe. We'll see if that happens. But she's actually in the Eternals. She's supposed to be like the daughter of who Angelina Jolie's character plays in the
I
Eternals.
was gonna say, I remember you saying you were a big Eternals fan. So I remember that.
Yeah.
Was perfect timing about the movie and stuff. Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Did you like the movie?
I haven't gotten to see it yet because I'm filming Star Trek.
That's
Which,
fair. No.
comes first, but like deep inside, I'm like, I really want to watch it.
Yeah.
Every time you post on Facebook what you're working on, I'm like, oh, that's so cool. And then you post another one, I'm like, that's even cooler. So what have you been working on?
Yeah, I got recently casted on Young Rock, which is
fun.
with
Nice.
The Rock, which is exciting. And I didn't think I would ever get done with that. So I was like, I'm still kind of in disbelief, you know? And he's very attractive in real life too, not just like on film.
I assume. Yeah, I
That
assume.
it was a bit distracting.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I can't imagine him being more attractive than he is in real life. And I'm not really into men, but I know The Rock. He's definitely up there. Like,
And he's very tall, like abnormally tall. Like,
Well, he was a defensive
Abnormally
lineman for Miami.
a lot of people
he's a
look
football
taller
player.
on screen than they are in person, and I'm like, wow, you were like really tall.
his arm's probably the size of my head. Like, my head could be one of his biceps.
I would agree
Maybe.
with that statement.
Probably.
Yeah, definitely. No, so I worked on the set of Angeline.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is about like the real life story of of that lady who's on all the billboards in Hollywood, and she's famous for not actually having any talent whatsoever.
Oh.
Which basically to me is like an online social media person who's like, oh, I'm, except they don't get to that level that she was at, because I guess her background story is that she had like a sugar daddy who paid for like all these to put her on all these multi-million-dollar billboard advertisements everywhere. And that's how she became famous. So that was like, like really weird, right? So it's like a true crime story that's like an investigative behind the scenes of like how she actually became what she was. And it was really exciting because I got to work with Emmy Rossum and a really amazing AD and director, and I thought they were all really lovely people to work with. And it was funny because like my scenes were shot like directly on Hollywood Boulevard, so there was like all these people, like there was like a line of security protecting the set, and then there was all these people like staring at us like while we were taping. And it was like I never had that before. Well, I've had that on carpets, but it was like it was so weird. It's like, and it was like, can't these people just be normal? But they were like just standing there the whole, and some were like on their cameras, and I'm like, this is supposed to be a closed set. I don't think this is really working for like anybody's like secretness. But then again, nobody really knew what we were filming, so because there was no signs, it just said filming. So I think it's still kind of secret.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Plus, Emmy Rossum was wearing like a lot of makeup and like a disguise, just like myself was wearing. Well, I had like a fro. I looked like, I put the photos up, and people thought I looked like young Cher from like the 70s.
Nice, that's awesome.
I had like long fro. I didn't have like fro like circular fro. I had like 70s. Yeah, but I got to wear this like really hot leather mini skirt, which was like fun because I got to be like a sexy kind of character, Yeah, and it was really exciting working with her on set, and I was like, one of my dreams have come true, and I was kind of a little starstruck. It was really weird. Not as much on Star Trek, like that was like I was really nervous. I'm like really nervous all the time around but like getting to work with one of your idols. But Emmy Rossum was very sweet, very, very poised and quiet and professional, and like so it was very easy. But I think like the fans were the ones that were making me nervous, like the people that were standing outside taping us with their cell phones. It was kind of funny. I was like, I'm trying to focus on my job, guys. We all have jobs.
It's one of the most exciting thing that's happened to them in a while, though. That's cool.
Yeah,
true. And I got another one I worked on was HBO's Minx.
I've heard really good things about that show. I have not seen it.
Yeah, you guys. So like the basis is it's supposed to be about like the starting of the first women's like men's like kind of version of Playboy, like women's version of Playboy, but for like guys.
Fair enough.
Well, like women looking at guys, basically. Yeah. And so but I'm not in any of those like weird scenes. I play a flight attendant in the airport because that's more my style. But I'm really excited because it's supposed to be, like about a 1970s, like it's also set in the 70s. I keep getting these cool period pieces. And yeah, right. And it's like about like the formation of this magazine, so it goes into like in depth, and it also has like a lot of comedic relief and everything, and I'm really excited to be a part of it because I think it's supposed to be involved in like the feminist movement and like female empowerment and stuff, so I'm really excited about that.
That's awesome. That's cool. That's a very nice variety of different projects.
Yeah, no, I've done more, but like those are the recent ones. So ask me some questions about like what you've been thinking about asking me. I'm like just going on and on about like my last 2 weeks.
Oh, I want to talk about everything.
Okay.
We did not talk a lot about your role on Why Women Kill. Sorry, I like had it on the tip of my tongue.
I had multiple roles. Which episode?
Any of them. Like I watched both seasons of that show, and the writing on that show is impeccable. Season 1 slightly better than season 2, but that's not saying a lot because they're both amazing.
Well, I thought season 1 was better because I was on it.
Fair enough. That's a good reason.
Yeah.
Good reason.
Obviously,
Yeah. About so the first role I got was there was like this amazing scene where Lucy Liu's character kind of like goes off on one of her friends, and it was like it held in an aerobics room, and like working with her was really, really exciting. But I remember I had to get there at like my call time at Warner Brothers was, I think it was 4:15 a.m. for hair and makeup. And I was like, and I shut up and I'm like, I went to the guard gate and I'm like, good morning. And I had my coffee in my hand and he was like, I was like, it's so nice to meet you. And I'm like, I'm just here checking in for Why Women Kill. And he's like, okay. He's like looking at me like I'm crazy because I'm like fully awake and so excited to be there. And I was like, how are you doing this morning? And I'm like, in the back of my mind, I'm like, okay, Amber, this guy doesn't want to talk. He's like, asleep. He's probably been working since midnight. And he's like, here's your pass, go here. And he gave me like the map. And I'm like, oh, I don't need a map. Just tell me the stage. I've been here a bunch, you know? he's like, okay. And then the guy comes up and he's like with the golf cart and he's like, oh, do you need a ride? And I was like, no, I want to walk. I need to get my blood pumping. And he's like, okay. Because it's like 4:15 a.m. And I'm like, I'm walking with my coffee, like in my little reusable coffee mug. And I have these weird things like I have that I bring with me to set. Like one of them is my coffee mug. I don't know why I said mum.
Enjoy flowers. It's great.
Clearly, I was more like at 4:15 a.m. than I am here at 10:20 in the morning on LA on a Sunday. So I have this coffee mug that says "Positive Vibes, Positive Life," and I walked in and I have like my yoga pants on and I'm all ready to go, like, and I'm bright and awake at 4:15 a.m. and I'm like, good morning, guys. And instead of having like a makeup trailer, they had like an entire room for makeup with like all these they had a room for principals and then a room for like everyone so let me put my phone on silent. Sorry, I forgot. Someone's crazily calling me for a friend, not someone from the studio.
It's Star Trek.
You gotta go.
Inappropriate interruptions
Enterprise is
at
calling.
inopportune moments.
What are you saying about Star Trek?
So back to no, it wasn't Star Trek. So back to my story. It's 4:15 in the morning. I have my mug. The security guy got weirded out because I was so excited to be there and vividly awake. Because I'm like an all-day kind of person. I'm not like a one-time person. As soon as I wake up, I'm on fire. Let's do this, you know?
Yeah.
So I walk down there and I'm like, I knock on the door and I'm like, hey guys, I heard you're doing my makeup this morning. It's so nice to see you. And then like all the makeup people are like,
You know it's 4 a.m. Right?
and I'm like, yeah, exactly. I'm like, and then my makeup guy, he like slowly adjusts and he's like, so he's like, how's your morning going? And I'm like, oh, it's fabulous, you know? And then finally, like everyone in the room relaxed and they were like all bright and vibrant and stuff. So I always try and like make everyone feel comfortable, you know? Because I know some people aren't morning people, but I'm like an all-day person. And they were really, really... So I got everybody's day going, you know? And they all got talkative and everyone got friendly. And I had this like amazing like 80s hairstyle and stuff. And so I get in my wardrobe and I get on set and like, honestly, I didn't even know that like, I didn't even know I was working with Lucy Liu that day. Like, oh, wow. I just got my details and everything, and I'm like ready to do my thing, you know. And when I got there, when I got there, I showed up and the AD was like, "Oh, are you ready to do your aerobics routine?" And I was like,
Jumping jacks?
aerobics routine. I was like, and he's like, yeah. And I was like, well, I am a trained choreographed dancer, but I was never given a video of a routine to study. And then they were like, this person is just
consistent
on fire today.
I appreciate the
yeah. Sorry, let me just. I'm
two
just gonna
of
turn it off completely, and then that'll stop it. So, apologies. Usually, people respect my time when I tell them I'm doing something.
It's all good.
Again, apologies for that. So, what I was saying was, I get on site and I'm like, aerobics routine. What are you talking about? You know, and he's like, oh, you didn't get a video? And I was like, no video was sent to me, or I would have been practicing this aerobics routine like the day before. He's like, oh, it's okay. You have an hour before we start anyway. And I was like, I'm like, all right, let's do it. I can do this, you know, because I've been doing dance since I was 3. So so there's like, we get in here and we do this like, or we get in here. Oh, hi, George G. the Third. Nice to meet you. Thanks.
Hey,
for
George, how
saying
you doing, bud?
Lovely to meet you. So I get this video, right? And I'm like, okay. So it was actually fairly easy for me. I'm like, I got this down after like 20 minutes. And then I did it seamlessly. Right. So then they bring in the other girls that are like behind me for the scene. Because there's principal, there's like a whole hierarchy of people. So they bring these girls and they're supposed to be choreographed, like trained dancers. And like,
you were not a fan? You were not impressed?
No. It turns out that like they showed up and a lot of them lied to get the job.
That's a fun time.
And then let's just say there was a lot of issues that happened with those people afterwards. So the whole dance routine ended up being removed.
Nice.
And we just went back to focus on the stuff that I had originally been given to prepare for. And yeah, it was awkward all around, to say the least. And it was a very unique experience because I'd never experienced people fabricating details to be employed before.
It's interesting.
Yeah, it was very interesting. I mean, I would never do that because it's like that. You don't get booked again if that happens.
Yeah.
So then what happened was like, I'm like, okay, that awkward moment's over. So Lucy comes on set and I'm like, oh my God. I'm working with Lucy Liu. She's fantastic. So I turned and I faced the wall for a second, and then like I had like a little excited tear cry, and then I like wiped it and I turned back around and I'm like, oh, I'm so excited. It's nice to meet you. And so I had like a total fan like nervous moment for a second, and that was like one of the most exciting days in my life. And she's like, oh my God.
Star Trek. They're coming.
It literally is. It's literally fans. Like, I don't know how to shut off this. How do I shut this off?
Turn your whole computer off. Just we're done.
Yeah.
It's the computer audio.
We're getting to the end of the story now.
Computer audio.
It's quite a cliffhanger.
Apparently, I have a new person that's very interested in asking me all my details about everything right now while I'm doing this.
That's good.
Nice. Tell them to tune in and send the questions in the comments.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe I should just message them to. This is exciting. It's exciting. I told them they can message me during the podcast, but I asked them to specifically email them to you guys or message you while we were doing that. Should I check one? Because they're coming in rapidly.
Why not? Yeah.
Rapidly. Sure. Okay.
You're gonna have to read the
This
question and the answer.
says-
That'd be fun.
This one's an inappropriate question. Let
Oh.
me get to the next
Fair
one.
enough.
Okay.
Do you get a lot of that inappropriate questions? I'm sure you do.
One literally just asked me, "How do you go to the bathroom in your suit?"
Solid.
I was like, "That's weird."
Huh.
Okay, yeah. I said, didn't I say in my post? I said within reason in the brackets, right?
Yeah, people
I
don't
think I
care.
said that.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's fairly
Genuinely.
anonymous out there.
Perfect.
You're asking about
Oh,
other
here's
people's
one.
reason at this point.
Yeah, it came from a person named like XX5936 code
Oh,
name.
sounds like a robot.
Code name. Okay, here's another one. This one's good. It asked if I had my choice, would I sorry, I'm reading off
Good,
of
yeah.
off of my Facebook fan page because they didn't get the memo to send the question to you guys. Apologies. If I had the choice, would I be an alien in my next future project or a superhuman or just myself? Well, I've been myself a lot. Actually, I'm just kidding. I haven't been myself a lot. I'm always someone different for casting. But if I had to choose, can I be a superhuman, like a superhero alien? Would that work?
Yeah.
Because I'd love to be both. Like, why can't I be both, right? And
Yeah.
I just got another one because I muted one of the channels, so now it's just a ping. It says, if I had a superpower, what would it be and why? Oh, these are good questions.
Mhm.
Thank you, Stephen Minkus from Ohio.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey! If I had a superpower, what would it be and why? Okay, so let's see. If I could have any, there's another one coming in. Okay, guys, just let me answer this one
This is
first.
good, yeah.
This is exciting. If I had a superhero power, I think I would like to be like Dark Phoenix, like have all the just be able to be like flame on,
Super
rise
powerful,
from the
yeah.
ashes, like telekinetic powers, psychic powers, but then I can like shoot flames out of my body at the same time. She basically had it all, right?
Mhm.
Okay, so what do you guys think? What would be your human power, superhuman power, Jason?
To teleport.
To teleport? Yeah, that's a cool one, right?
That's it. I thought about flying, but you need to be invulnerable to fly because if you land or crash, you're gonna die. So teleporting seems to be the safest way to transport fast.
Oh,
I'm just be
yes.
Superman, right? Just made it really easy. Superman. right?
Yes,
He has everything
definitely.
you want, yeah.
Teleportation for sure. Oh, I have another
Um,
one. What is this?
Force choke.
Jesus.
Was my what did you say? Oh, I like
said force
So
choke. Like
Charles from Kentucky wants to know if my yeah. I keep trying. Thanks, Jason. I keep trying to send them this link, but they keep messaging me on other platforms instead.
No, you're
Nice.
fine. You're fine.
Okay, for all the viewers and listeners, anytime there's a loud ping or an alert or some kind of weird noise going on in the background, I'm getting Chris. Your George G the Third says his ability would be mind control. Oh, that would be awesome, right?
I
Be
wouldn't
dark.
want George
Yeah,
to
it'd be
have
a lot
control.
of responsibility.
No.
That's too
Oh,
much power for
mind
George.
control. Oh yeah, but I mean, like, what if you're like, you need to like control someone's mind because you need to have them like help and save like millions of people.
Sure,
Like, what if they're like pushing a
yeah.
giant wall and they're like, I will stop this war.
Yeah, but it requires your moral compass to be like absolute.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Yeah.
imagine
true.
like the temptation over the course of a lifetime to not be a dick.
Yes.
like to not be a pinky in the brain
Yeah,
situation.
just like yeah.
That's gonna last all of like 15 minutes. Like
if I could do a vivid like impersonation of Pinky in the Brain right now, I would totally do it, but I can't. I don't have those powers. So what's his another non-comment directly in the feed, which should be, but it's on my fan page coming in. It says, George, what did he say? Oh, okay. So Steven from Ohio, another person from Ohio. Hi, Ohioans.
Hello.
Where are my Kansians? Like, come on.
Sure.
George says he would be totally in control.
Gonna make us all watch Three Amigos.
No, you erased that movie from our memories. Remember, he doesn't like it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he didn't like Three Amigos.
Exactly. So one of my fans from Ohio wants to know if wearing my suit made me sweat.
Yes.
The answer is it did, because it was 107 degrees in the desert that day while filming. But I think that was just in general, because it was shot outdoors to be COVID-19 compliant for WandaVision.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, and
how was that filming the early stuff?
That day.
Yeah. How's COVID been for the other sets you've been on? You've been on a ton of sets now, right? Recently.
Oh yeah.
How's that been?
Since WandaVision, I've done I think 11 other projects.
That's wild.
Oh,
right?
and I have
That's
a movie that I'm in consideration for coming up
Hey,
too, but that's
that's
like a
great.
drama. Yeah, it's not like
Great.
comics or anything cool like that. It's like a drama.
Yeah, hey.
Yeah.
Everything's cool if you're in it. Be great.
Yeah, really.
That's good, right? Oh, okay. So I have another one. Exciting. Okay, that's an inappropriate one. Let me go to
Back to the costumes.
Let's get back to appropriate ones, guys. Not asking what I wear under my costumes. That's not okay.
Nailed it.
Okay, here's one. If I could work with anyone in the same industry, who would it be in a Marvel universe? Okay, so I'm gonna be very biased right now, and I'm gonna say Paul Rudd, because he's also from Kansas, and I'm like, we should make an entire movie with Kansians. How cool would that be, right?
2021 sexiest man, right? I think
Yeah.
that's what
I know. And I honestly, he is really good looking, but I shouldn't be saying that because he's very married. And it's I'm traditional.
I mean, that came
the
from
whole
magazine.
magazine just did it, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, what other people do and what I would do is totally different. Yeah, but I mean, how cool is that? A Kansian being one of the sexiest men alive. And I think, he really does have, honestly, he does have a really better face than a lot of people who've been named the sexiest man alive.
He doesn't age. Paul Rudd doesn't age.
No, I know. Exactly. Well, I don't age either. Thank you very much.
Agreed. But he also does not age.
Yeah, exactly. It must be something
Kansas water.
Yeah, exactly. It must be something from Kansas water for sure.
You should bottle it and sell it. It'd be great.
I know.
Random streaming.
I've never had any. I know people ask me, they're like, "Do you get work done?" I've never had any plastic surgery done ever. I've never had Botox. I've never had Restylane. The only thing I've ever done is I've had a chemical peel, but I feel like that's basic. Like anyone who's ever had acne has gotten a chemical peel before.
Similar to I was trying to think. I definitely haven't had any stuff done. I was thinking of a question.
Oh, cool. Yes. One that doesn't involve underneath my clothes and other stuff that I can't even talk about that was messaged to me.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah. So how was COVID stuff? How the 11 or the 12, has it been any different since?
Oh, yeah. I mean, we as a union, SAG-AFTRA union, we had they've had meetings about what should be done on set, and we were gonna have meetings about relaxed versions of COVID-19 compliance, but then there was all these kick-ups of additional cases, and now in LA there's been thousands of new cases reported since Halloween because I guess people can't control themselves. So it's kind of scary. And as far as I know, there's been no adjustments now for the union working. So we have I still have to be tested 2 or 3 times a week for production. We have PCRs, and then we get to set, and we'll have rapids also the same day. And we have to wear a mask the entire time when we're not shooting, and then when we are shooting, we take it off and we like give it to the COVID compliance safety officer. So everything's really safe. And yeah, but you're not gonna get sick and die. So I mean,
yeah.
There's a balance.
And and so everyone on set has to be vaccinated, unless for like religious purposes, but they have to really provide to the union like entire like legitimate documentation that they can't get vaccinated because of religious purposes. So there's very few people on set that are, and then if they do, they have to come and get they have to get PCR'd, and then they have to get like another like different test. I don't know what it is because I'm fully vaccinated, and I support vaccination because doesn't everybody want this to stop? I mean, I know I do.
Right.
And I just found out like this week that one of my friends, he's a photographer. He works, he does like contract work for Getty and a bunch of other photography industries. He was doing his job, and at an event they were, I don't know which one it was, but he was working during like the week of Halloween, and he got COVID-19, and now he's in a coma in the hospital.
Oh man, that's rough. Right. That sucks.
Yeah. So, but we're hoping he pulls through. I've known him, but like he's been a person I've known for like 12 years of my life. So I mean, he was supportive of my career when I was like, just like starting out in LA. Yeah. Not in general, because I've been working since I was 15, but like when I first got into LA, like he's always been very supportive of me. And, and that's like a lot, because it's like your tribe, you build your tribe when you're here, because like you move here and you don't know anybody. And then you're forced to like, make friends and meet people. And it's important to have good members of your tribe. And so like when a member of your tribe, like gets falls or something like that happens, it's kind of like really like disheartening and shocking. So I'm just sending positive vibes for him.
Sure. Yeah, all of us do too.
Oh, here's a good question. Another question. When you were on NCIS and SWAT, what kind of detailed research did you have to do for your roles on each show? Well, each show was different. So which one do you want to talk about first? Oh, is there a follow-up to that?
Is our personal chat, but someone just came to my front door. I'll be right back. Sorry.
Oh, someone said, this is such a fun show today. There's so many different things going on.
We're very professional.
I have someone sending me another question while you guys are questioning, and it's like and then there's a door and I'm trying to focus. I'm sorry. Yeah. So which one did you want to talk about first, George?
Let's pick NCIS. We'll go with that one.
Oh, okay. Okay, good. So for NCIS, I basically the preparation I had to do was nothing, because I'm an avid yoga practitioner.
Nice.
So I basically had all of I believe in keeping like your energy and your meditation and your body balanced and your mind balanced and stuff, because it's important for me to keep all my levels balanced, so that way I can focus on my jobs. And we have this thing in because I'm my family is like Catholic and Protestant and atheist and anything you could think of under the blue moon sun. And so we're really like a mixed bag. But I practice like a lot of meditation and Buddhist like traditions. Like I help the Dalai Lama and his Dhammas build like a Buddhist, open a Buddhist monastery in Westminster. And so I went there and I volunteered and I helped with a lot of stuff like that. So for preparing for that role, yoga and meditation and things like that, I do that all the time. it's very good for helping you prepare for acting roles because it clears your mind and it leaves like a space for you to fill in all the information for every specific role. So for that role, I didn't need to do much preparation because I do that on a weekly basis. Like I prepare myself. I do yoga at least once a day for a half hour to an hour. And so I was really excited about that role. And then I got to work with Wilmer Valderrama, which was like amazing. And you know, he's another person that never ages too. Like he's a person whose face like literally, like I saw him in person and I was like, he looks exactly when he did that 70s show. It was kind of crazy.
I saw him on the ranch recently, and yeah, that man does not age at all. I can't wait to see him on that 90s show. He's going to look just like Fez.
He's one of those people that's really fun and exciting to work with. And when I got on set, usually I'm the person that says hello first. And I came on set and I walked on set and he's like, hello, it's nice to meet you. And he stuck out his hand to shake my hand. And I'm like, hi. It's so exciting meeting someone else that's like so friendly when you get there, you know? And he's like, what's your name? And he's like, oh, it's nice to meet you. And I'm like, nice to meet you too. And it was like, and I'm like, Jerry Bruckheimer was there. And I was like, oh my God, this is like a dream come true. I'm really doing this right now, you know? So yeah, Greg, to answer your question, I prepare on a daily basis for that role. So it was really like comfortable and easy, and I felt like unpressured getting there. And I arrived on set, and I was like so excited. And nice. And I got to work with Jerry Bruckheimer and a whole bunch of other people. So it was like super exciting.
Mark Harmon, was he on set?
Yeah, he was. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It was. It was. Wow. But when I tried to pretend I tried to remind myself and oh, they're just normal people. They're actors just like myself. But I got there and I was like, for a second, I was like, I made a weird face, except for when I said hello to Vilmer. He was like so friendly. I was like, oh, this is like my neighbor. Like that's how I felt so comfortable. Nice. I was like, he's amazing. Yeah, such good energy. That's probably, I like to give off good energy too. That's probably why he gets booked a lot too, because he's super friendly. He's probably the same kind of person like me that's going to set at 4:15 in the morning. They're like, good morning.
That's how I am at my job. I just type good morning and they're all like, oh, it's too early.
They meet Jason. Yeah.
You get upset for typing good morning? Oh, man. You need to surround yourself with positive vibes. So for Greg, your next question was for SWAT, right?
Yes, George.
Okay, George. Sorry, George. I'm sorry I called you Greg for a second. My apologies. I was getting other messages at the same time while
I'm calling you Greg from now on, George.
Yes.
George, I love you.
You are now Greg.
I love you, George. I'm so sorry. There was a message from a Greg that I'll address after George. George still has to have the rest of his question, Greg. So back to SWAT. Okay, so for NASCAR, when I played the NASCAR fan for SWAT, I got on set, right? And I showed up and they're like, oh, this is your outfit for today. And NASCAR fans can be kind of like, I didn't know how they were going to dress me. And I know I have experience with NASCAR because a lot of my family members live in Tennessee. And I felt like I should add on my Southern accent for the repertoire of this question. So,
very Southern Belle. Yeah.
Thank you. It's a Tennessee Southern slang. Actually, it has to be a little higher, but in between because the words don't always make sense. So, for a NASCAR fan, unfortunately, I didn't get. Whoop! There goes. It's getting too excited here. My set props just fell back.
They got popped.
So, yeah, exactly. So, unfortunately for a NASCAR fan, I didn't get to use this accent. Um, but a great portion of my family lives in Tennessee, and that's how I grew up with this accent around me all the time. Contrary to popular belief, we don't speak like this in Kansas. So in Tennessee, they do, however, talk like this. And my NASCAR experience, because a great portion of my family does reside in Tennessee, they do watch NASCAR like a bunch of other people in Tennessee. So my experience ranges a great deal. I was very confused when I got on set because I didn't know how they were going to dress me. I didn't know if I was going to be traditional NASCAR, like crazy looking person with a whole bunch of visors and face paint, and I got my Budweiser can, or what exactly was going to be going on. And I got there and they gave me a full-on white Stetson.
Nice.
And and a plaid shirt with tight skinny jeans and cowboy boots. And I thought, this does exist, but very rarely. But I'll go with it. And then when I got on set, I realized that the extras were dressed more crazy like. So I was like, oh, there's a separation going on here. And then, so I'll go back to my regular talk now. But I just couldn't help myself. So then when I got on set, I was like, there's a definite separation going on here, so that way they can tell who's doing what. And I got there and I realized that when I arrived, I was like, ooh, Shamar Moore. Attractive. But since I have family members that live in Tennessee and some of them watch a lot of NASCAR, the first person I recognized when I got on set, they're like, oh yeah, this is your scene partner. And I was like, oh my God, it's like an actual NASCAR athlete, like professional. I'm like, my cousin's gonna go crazy. Mm-hmm. Like this.
Look at me, I made it.
With this guy, and I can't tell you who it is. Like if you watch the episode and you like NASCAR, you'll know who it is. But it was like an actual NASCAR driver, professional. And I was like, is this really happening? Like, my luck is so good lately. I'm like this. I told my cousin who it was, and he's like, are you serious? And I was like, yeah. And then, like, it was funny because there was all these these extras like behind us and stuff, and all of them thought it was just like a regular actor. They had no idea who he was at all whatsoever. And I leaned in and I was like, I think I'm the only person who knows who you are besides the production. And he started laughing and he's like, yeah, probably. And I was like, I just wanted to tell you that, like, I'm like, I just wanted to tell you that, like, I think that you're an amazing driver, and there you go. I don't want to oversell it, but good job.
Nice. You're doing well.
And he gave me, yes. And he's like, I like you. And then you know what he did? He like signed me an autograph.
That's sweet.
And then nice. Like stuck it in my pocket. And then the production was like so secretive that the props guy came by and like took it out of my back pocket. I was like, come on, man. It was kind of funny though, because I was like, it's like weird when you work. It's when you work with someone and people are like so nice, but then the production wants it to be like so secretive until it's released that it's like
you'll get this in the mail in 3 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah. But that was a really, really, really fun set to work on, and it was like so uncanny. So like if you watch the episode and you're a NASCAR fan, you'll know who it is.
That's sweet.
Did George say something else? I thought he typed something else.
He's called Greg a lot.
I'm called Greg very often. I answer to it, just not late for dinner.
Thanks, Greg. Appreciate it, Greg.
Oh, that's
yeah.
funny. Yeah. Okay, should we go back to Greg's question? Let me look at it again.
The real
This
Greg.
is a funny
The
angle.
real
I'm like
Greg.
literally going off camera to stare at my. Okay, yeah. So Greg wants to know if I could play any character, who would it be and why? Okay, well, there's so many characters that have already been taken from sci-fi and comic that I've always wanted to play. Like, I have to think of a good one here. Can I just name a character that's already been cast that I've always wanted
Of
to
course you
play?
can.
Sure.
Question.
Storm from the X-Men.
Dropping lightning. That'd be sweet.
Right? Exactly. Wouldn't she be cool? Right? Yeah, I always wanted to play her, but then Halle Berry got her, and I don't think I could be better than Halle Berry at that role.
I thought the new lady they got in the Apocalypse and Phoenix did a really good job as Storm too. I can't think of the actress's
I
name.
know you're talking about.
Oh,
but I don't
Young
remember.
Storm?
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
Young
Yeah.
Storm? Yeah.
Yeah.
What universes do you want to be in? Is you're in the Marvel universe already? Is there any others like Star
Yeah.
Wars or like Doctor
Well, I
Who?
want to
You
be
know
in
what I
the
mean?
Eternals universe because I talked about it last
Very
time.
specific. Yeah.
Yeah. Last time last time I talked about one of the characters. She's actually Angelina Jolie's daughter in the Eternals universe, and she like goes into Guardians of the Galaxy universe and like crosses multiple universes too, as well as like I think she's also in the Avengers too.
That'd be sweet.
Well, if you join the Eternals universe, you get to work with Harry Styles very soon.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he's cool. I mean, I didn't know he was planning on being an actor too, but
He was in Dunkirk, I guess. I have not seen him in anything, but my
yeah,
daughter's like,
I didn't know he was in Dunkirk either. I thought he was a singer, but you know,
He
I
was?
mean,
my daughter's like, I finally want to see a Marvel movie
cross
with you.
platforms. I
Yeah.
have belief in him. He's probably a great actor if he got hired. Was he in Dunkirk?
Yeah, that's what it's saying.
What did he play in Dunkirk?
Alex, I don't recognize that, but yeah,
It
it just says Alex. Yeah.
Yeah. Guy in
says
tank.
Alex. Oh, that's cool. Maybe he was one of the people like one of the soldiers in the
Yeah, that's where I lean to as well.
in the barricade or something.
All I gotta say is Marvel adding him to the Eternals world is good marketing strategy because it got my daughter wanting to go see a Marvel movie.
Oh,
the
for
first
sure.
time.
Yeah, definitely. Because people like Harry Styles. They love his music, and I think he's a nice guy. He's a cool person.
I actually
he's
went to his
probably a good
concert.
actor. Did he start acting before he was singing, or was he singing before he was acting? I'm so
I
confused.
think it's all been singing before he was acting.
Yeah.
too.
Oh, so Dunkirk was like in between that.
Mhm.
That's cool. Yeah, I mean, more power to him. Why don't you want to do like as much as you can?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like
So,
technically, I'm an artist on Spotify from like a rock song I
Hey.
did like in
Nice.
2010. Yeah, I am a member of the Composers Guild, so I do write music too. So anyone can sing and act at the same time. So more
when's the
power
music
to
video?
him.
Do you have a music video out for YouTube for your old rock songs?
I have a new song I'm working on now.
Oh.
Actually, I just finished it, but I might do a music video for it. But I'm gonna release it on iTunes and Spotify and iHeartRadio and Deezer and like everywhere.
Sweet.
Yeah,
Did you
it's what?
Oh, I was gonna ask if you had more questions, but continue.
Oh yeah, I did. I had the one from. Oh no, I did the one from Greg. Oh no, I have another inappropriate one. Let's just talk about something else until someone asks me a question that I can't answer. That's not going to be like non-broadcastable. a lot of them seem to be questions about what's underneath my costumes. I was like, I thought this was the Geeks podcast.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, no, so it's like pop. It's like a pop song that I'm releasing.
That's be fun.
It's Girls' Night. Yeah, it's like I think it's like it's for like a younger mid generation too.
Sweet. That's
Like,
exciting.
for sure. Oh, I got another question. Look at that. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. So Sarah, finally a girl. Woo woo. Sarah Sarah wants to know, how is it working as a woman in the entertainment industry in a predominantly male cast? This is an intense question. According to her, a predominantly male casted comic book universe. It's a good question. Thank you, Sarah. I'll say it's actually really intriguing and fun, because I think that more women should be represented in comic book and like the comic book genre. But I think we have a good platform, because I feel like there's been a lot of good balance with like new like casting of multiple races, casting of different sexes, casting of different like people with different beliefs. And I think that's really starting to come to light in the Marvel universe. Like I feel like the DC universe maybe should add more female characters, because they seem to be like more male character based. I mean, they got Wonder Woman and like Poison Ivy, but Poison Ivy was like highly sexualized, So like I feel like the DC universe needs more female characters. But for me, I'm very deeply honored to work in the comic book universe and the sci-fi universe when a lot of women aren't getting jobs in that. And it does make me feel very special, and and I'm very deeply grateful to Marvel and other companies I've worked with. And I appreciate every role I'm given. And I do understand that with great jobs become great responsibility to my not only to yeah. Oh my god, I just realized that he said something similar like that.
Old Uncle Ben.
Oh my god. Spider-Man and I think alike.
That's right.
So I think that I do believe that if you're going to be in a position like I am, that you should keep your image clean and use it to create positive change and positive outlook. There's too many people out there who use platforms to like promote unhealthy depictions of what women should be like trajected as opposed to like what women should be seen as, which is like special and like goddess and loving and compassionate. And I feel like if you project yourself in a negative light, then younger generations are going to think, oh, we need to be, because there's a lot of influencers right now that'll like put photos of them on the internet that are like half naked or things like that. And I think that gives women a negative projection, and it leads to a lot of disrespect from other people. And so when you're in a position like I am, you should produce and promote healthier aspects and healthier imaging of women. So yes, I do feel like sometimes there is like objectifying that happens in any industry, but I never myself have ever felt objectified in that manner while working, because everyone who I work with has always been 100% professional, considerate, kind, and always with great positive outlooks. So if you are an actor working in my industry and you're having issues with being treated disrespectfully on set or with the production that you're working with, maybe it's not the place for you to be in. Or maybe you've connected yourself to a production that's not 100% professional. So as a SAG-AFTRA actor, I don't have problems like that on set, because we have like strict rules for union workers and guidelines, and nobody really wants drama on their set, So for me, it's always been, I've never had a negative experience working on a professional SAG-AFTRA set.
That's awesome. Yeah.
I hope that answered the whole question. Like thoroughly.
Amber, I want to thank you so much for joining us again. This has been an absolute blast. If you don't mind sticking around until after the credits, just to chat for a second.
Oh, for sure. Sorry about all the ping. There was a lot of pingings for a while. I'm like, at first I was like, why is everybody calling in? I'm like, oh yeah, we told them to.
Everybody follow her at _ Amber Martinez.
2 underscores.
Two underscores.
underscore Amber Martinez on Twitter.
And then what's your website?
My website is amber-martinez.com, and my Instagram is at amber_martinez_official.
Awesome. And I will make sure I put all of that stuff down below. You guys can find this in audio format later today. Coming up at 9 o'clock on the 3 Geeks channel, we have the Perfect 10 with George and his group. They will be discussing top 10 or perfect 10, the perfect 10 men that have passed away that they would like to sit down and have a drink with. So everybody tune in tonight. Check that out. And from all of us at the 3 Geeks podcast, thank you so much, Amber. Hit that like, subscribe, and all of that fun stuff. And we will see you guys next Sunday at noon. Bye.
Thanks.
Thanks.